dear, 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 dear. We need to change the time. Can we change the time? Can we change the time to, like, tomorrow? No. There's no way to do that. You're anticipating Matt Dickey, video game old school, honestly. Okay, well, I'm not sure what that means. Oh, well, that didn't work very well. That was the space shuttle, it just exploded. Oh, I think it might have been because I was messing with time. This thing is barely moving. Yeah, that's a problem. There it is! Nice! Just stop and restart it. Yes, well, let's do that. We shall actually restart this. BD Armory, bring up... BD Armory, actually, I closed the menu I need to. I need to hit the spawn button. I need to stop the tournament. And we shall just... Look at that. That's what we're here for, by the way. Whoa, boom! Excellent. What a sign! Yes, suicide strike. Okay, but we're going back to the tracking station. Hi, everyone! Red X, everything to death. No, I'm just going back to the thing, and then I'll push the button, and then it'll work, right? I have my ways of doing things, and they're all dumb. Like, got it, they're dumb. Let's fly there. Ooh, this is really bitter. Disco Ninja. I think it might have been sitting around for too long. Okay, look, we got it. Set up tournament, run tournament, we're there. So yes, this is round 7, season 6 of Runway Project. Runway Project this week, of course, coincides with Asteroid Day. June 30th every year, where we have like a whole bunch of asteroid themed things going on. And given that I have an asteroid named after me, what better idea than to put myself into the Runway Project? Yes, that's right. There I am, just descending while I have the noble defenders of this planet coming in, right? What time is it over there? It is about 10:15. And it is insanely hot. Show the face side. It's like I'm trying to poop or something. That's the look, right? So I did a whole thing at Asteroid Day at Chabot explaining the names of asteroids, where they come from, and, you know, pointed out that and somebody's cat got an asteroid before me. This is a fine model of an asteroid. I'm not sure why it's spherical, though. It's kind of small to be spherical. You could actually had it my real shape, the head shape, and it would totally work. Whoa, wait a second. There's some power supply down at my feet, and it's super hot. What did I plugged into? It's probably the power supply for a monitor or something. Holy moly. It's burning my feet. Yikes. Oh, it's coming down! It's coming down! Wait, it doesn't destroy the buildings. Why are the buildings not destroyed? That is so unfair! I want to see the buildings get demonstrated. I like how everything was rammed by Scott Manley. Blame Squad. I could, but nobody from Squad exists anymore. Squad got shut down and all the smart people moved to Intercept. And Intercept, of course, is no more. As of a few days ago. Even Nate is no longer working on Kerbal Space Program 2. Therefore, do not buy Kerbal Space Program 2 until we find out if anything's going to happen with that. I have certainly plenty of ideas of what you could do with the Kerbal property. I think it's time to come back and make Kerbal Space Program 1 remastered. That's what they should do. Wow, look at this. Oh god, it's got like a whole heat shield because of the heat. This one has a heat shield, and it has a retro rocket to slow it down so it can deploy its gun system. What the heck is that thing? It's like a deadly Soyuz. This is totally scientific. And this one... Oh. I love it. They just came out of nowhere. It was like, I'm ready. So who we got? This is Metacelsus, Mary Poppins. That's what that is. There's got the cane, and we need an umbrella. I guess the umbrella got broke, and this is the Dart. This is Dart mission, right? No? Oh, I guess they actually won. Goodness, hey, Eclipsio has subscribed. What a wonderful person. You know, Eclipsio does the music for my channel. And I think that, you know, you should really follow after his cues. And by the way, he did give me a new tune, which we never quite finished, but I was super excited to use it at some point. Asteroid. So yes, today we are celebrating Asteroid Day. We're also celebrating Runway Project Round 6. It is time for the 7th round. It is a cooperative round, right? All the players have to work together to shoot down Asteroid 33434 Scott Manley, which this is actually a subscale model. The real asteroid is way bigger. So the whole thing is you have about a minute and a half to get up to altitude and possibly begin the intercept of this monstrous thing that is incoming. To get up, like, the less time it takes to get up there, the more time you have to actually shoot targets. So you see these things, they have rocket engines and RCS, because they're working at altitudes where the control surfaces simply cannot provide the kind of control authority that's needed. Oh, dang! Okay, that's another one gone. That looks like the X-Wing is well set up for this. This is Star Hunter coming in fast, but might be getting a little close there. Maybe not. This is Thunderbird! Thunderbird saving the day! How have I been? I have been working really hard because I've had rockets exploding in China, and then we had Asteroid Day, same day. I was going to make a video about asteroids named after rock stars, but unfortunately I never had time to do it, and then China crashed a rocket in spectacular and bizarre style. Therefore I had to make a video about that, not because I want to hate on the Chinese or anything, it's just that, no, this was such a bizarre test failure, it was kind of worth talking about, and I'm so glad that in the intervening days we haven't heard about anyone being injured or killed by this, because otherwise that would make it unfunny, and this really should be a funny event. This is, like, I'm hoping that we're okay, because it is anyway. So what's this? This is Space Ghost Shuttlecock flying straight up like it's a jet thingy. This is the better angle, I guess. And so it has a rocket engine for slowing it down. Boy, that must have great visibility. I missed the sage. There, look at that. Oh, look at that. The Space Coast. And it deploys these air brakes. This is the Preparation K. Look, it's 11 kilometers. It's a Delta IV Heavy. Yeah, I guessed that. Oh, look, we got a X-29. And we have yet another. You know what, by the way, we should have? Guys, logins. We should have the thing that increases the hit points on the asteroid after each round. After each heat. Or not after each heat, but after you've gone through all the candidates, it should, like, do it again, but with more hit points. So progressively, like, it gets harder and harder. And the teams keep on scoring points until they can't. Until the asteroid becomes dominant. So yes, we'll stop by logins more often. Yes, I know. I should stop. I should definitely stop by logins because I am... Whoa! Yeah, actually, I may have placed this spawn point a little too close to the train, that thing. It's... Right, okay, so doing an actual live stream while flying is complicated, partly because I need somebody else to run it. And that, you know, also it's kind of late at night. Oh, damn. So much for that. This one has got one wing. Oh, wait. No, it's got no wings. It kind of might... Oh, dear. Oh, Nelly. Wow, this is lightning. No, it's a thunderbolt. It looked like a lightning. I thought it was brilliant that it managed to lose just the one wing. Like, it could have totally face planted into the asteroid, but the stricken vehicle was like, I'm out of control. I need to lose one wing, and bang, it did it. Yeah, the door air brakes on the car, that seems pretty neat. We should also have this thing down here actually counting down to the altitude. It should have the altitude just listed here. Oh. Wow. Why is it time warping? What's the time warping all about? No Firefly launch tonight, indeed. We might have a Firefly launch tomorrow. What's the deal with the time warp? I see, so it time warps after every round to make sure everything's happening at roughly the same time of day. What I've seen on LinkedIn is that Nate Simpson is now no longer employed. So that would imply that even the core, that everyone has been laid off. I don't think there's anybody left with KSP2 access that I know. Nate is gone. For all his passion and his energy, that wasn't enough to make a game actually happen. Well, I would recommend not buying Kerbal Space Program 2 until we find out that it's going to be finished. That's really what I would say. It is, you know, it might be on sale in the Steam Summer Sale. Oh, look at that. Nice. It's not completely valueless, but boy, what would be nice actually is if there was some way to mod some of the interesting bits back into the original non-buggy game. Wouldn't that be nice? Like, maybe some of the surface stuff, maybe the music. Maybe just actually bring over the good music and the old music. Like, I don't know why they dropped the original Kerbal Space Program theme. That was classic. Yeah, I think T2. From what I've heard, from what I understand from Shadow Zone, definitely feels like a massive own goal from Take-Two's part. Like, for a start, like, you know, if they really wanted, there was ways they could have done this which would have delivered a game. that would have been way more efficient. But I don't know. If I was developing it, right? If I had bought the KSP property, you know what I would have done first, right? I would have said, okay, we got to use this branding. We got to get something out that will sell on a bunch of platforms. And I would take Simple Rockets 1, and I would reskin it. I would buy it basically from the developer, reskin it as Kerbal, and sell KSP Mobile. Because that was the time when they were buying it, right? So, like, get a quick thing out the door, like, add some new features or whatever, right? And yeah, I would legitimately have looked at... I would have considered, like, I think not just doing space stuff is a way. They should have totally done that, because like it still doesn't have a mobile component, and there's many more players on mobile. It could have actually taken. Now we do have Spaceflight Simulator, which seems to be doing fine. But I think if you took either of those games and you basically added the Kerbal skin to it, it would have worked. And you know, it is, like, let's be clear, that is a totally cynical take on what T2 should have done, right? But, you know, this is me being pragmatic, right? I would have tried to get that into Apple Arcade, right? That would have put it in front of lots of people, right? I would have built it with a sort of puzzle mode, right? Where you're optimizing things. You would have more missions, have it much more mission-centric. Right? When am I going to license my name for a space game? That would be weird. that's kind of strange. How else? So anyway, yeah, look, I do think that keeping the code separate was a big mistake, and having complete amateurs, yeah, it doesn't seem like a great idea. They needed passionate people, because everybody that worked... See, Squad didn't pay their developers very well, especially when you consider that they were an international crowd. They were, you know, really squandering great talent, whereas they were people that were passionate about the thing. They had got involved because they were actually passionate about the project. And it sounds like the mechanism by which the people were hired for KSP2 didn't have the benefit of people being passionate developers. Sid Meier's got some interesting stuff, I'll say that. I would totally work with Sid. Or Will Wright. I would love to work with Will Wright. He's near me. And Will Wright loves space. You know what, we should... You know, guy that created SimCity... I bet you he could pull something off. Pirates was pretty cool. I like Pirates. I could never quite do a land-based assault, but... Yeah, Will Wright's local, and he's actually, like, he was at the first Asteroid Day, you know that. I remember, I was at a table and I was just talking, and I talked to Anusha and Sari about video games, and she was like, oh, we should talk to Will. Will is over here. And I remember, like, he would be a fine person to, like, spearhead a project, at least using his name, and then having people that are passionate about spaceflight. Because, like, we know Kerbal Space Program has a lot of great stuff in it, and definitely the Kerbals as characters have been incredibly potent as a way of selling it to people that don't realize how difficult it is, right? I don't think you need Sim Space Colony. I mean, he just liked the ideas. Will just really liked the idea of simulating systems, right? And I think there's probably much about Kerbal Space Program that appeals to him. I don't... What am I to say? I definitely don't think that anybody has the kind of money that Take-Two wants. So I think what will happen is they'll sit around for a long time before anything actually happens, and then when it does, they'll have to come up with some... I don't know what they'll do. But I think at this point it basically has no value. But it doesn't have enough value for any third party to actually spend what Take-Two wants. I suspect. I don't know. Well, Chris Sawyer, wasn't he the guy that wrote the last game entirely in assembly language? Like, the last major game was 100% written in assembly language. It was Chris Sawyer, wasn't it? Yeah, these guys are too good. We need to make the Asteroid stronger. Oh, that was Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yes, that was Roller Coaster Tycoon. Point was, there was a time when everybody wrote their entire game in assembly language. Or even machine code, right? I'm going to say, before I ever used assembly language, before I had all the mnemonics, I was like figuring out the bits and putting those into registers. I can lower the damage. Yeah, I think we need to have more destruction. More futile things. Maybe we'll wait for the next round reset. How about when we get the time shift, that's when we'll do the global damage change, right? So is it battle damage settings, maybe? Wow, there's all sorts of stuff here. Crikey, I don't know what this setting is. Gameplay settings. There's so many settings here! What have we done? General sliders. There, extra damage multiplier. We'll change that, right? At some point. When the shift comes up. Yes, suicidal insanity and everyone else that has been involved in making this a thing have just put everything in there, and it's wonderful. It is wonderful to see the inventiveness that is on display. Yes, I may have started this madness, but I didn't have the excuse. But I had the excuse of being just like an idiot about user interface. So who is this? This is Captain Underpants. Oh. Oh, there. Win again. We win again. Here we go. Let's go in and fix the damage multiplier. Can we just click on it? No. Let's drop it by 10%, right? Save and close. Okay. Cool, but we should definitely think about actually starting to judge the art, because of course, those people who don't understand, are unfamiliar. That's the word, unfamiliar with Runway project. Is we do actually offer a fair number of points to those people that generate art, which is themed around their designs, because I think it's important that as designers you need to be able to sell your concept to the world. We should. There we go. Taken off. Oh yeah, look at this. Anyway, so the rules for this, by the way, was that you had to build a craft capable of intercepting and destroying the incoming asteroid. You were only allowed 4 engines, and you could use any engines in the game. You could use launcher, air brake, smart part staging system. They are highly recommended because you'll need to accelerate fast and slow down fast. The asteroid spawns at 25 kilometers and will take 90 seconds to reach the impact point. And it will explode when it does! Man, these things are just so desperate to get the kill that they sometimes get a little too close. Okay, so now it's going to turn around, right? And there is like a strategy here, because if you reach it too early, the turnaround is in the atmosphere that's really, really thin. So anyway, the other rules were that the craft had to launch from the ground. Oh dear! That's that. Yeah. Time to bug out! I don't think you've got much time left. Damn, even a 10% reduction in the power does not seem to have done Oh wow, that's surprising that that survived the explosion so well. Oh. The mode is very Fifth Element, that's true. No, this survived pretty darn well. Wait, where's the crew member? Isn't there supposed to be a Kerbal in there? Mr. Shadow is not pleased. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm just gonna click around and see if I can find the art, and we'll get onto that in a minute. Competition, craft files, NPC, art. There we go. Dig into this. Don't worry, we're gonna watch a little more. It is absolutely something custom that they whipped up, and by whipped up, what I mean is they hired a bunch of cheap coders and then threatened them with whips until they wrote the code that was needed. Just kidding. Or am I? You'll never know. Because you have no idea how much kind of resources we have. You know? Slave labor is so cheap, right? Terrible. It's terrible. You shouldn't do that. Unless you really want to save money. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Disco Ninja by Revision Brewing. India Pale Ale. That's what this is. And it is so hot. Please, please, sir, I don't want to go back to the code mines. I think this one, they may find victory. Look at them. Pummeling that rock. Excellent. You see, the other way to do this is to have it split into two rocks, right, that are smaller, and then to have it split again. Have it split multiple times. Right? That would be the other way to do this. And then they just get points for every time a kill happens. Yeah, we have a high temperature alert until the 9th. And a lot of our local parks are closed because of high fire danger. I don't... So the Firefly scrub was related to ground service equipment, but it's... I mean, it sounds like it was related to helium valves, or helium, you know, stuff for the ground service equipment, but it's not really clear why that's still a problem. Look at this! Whoa! 10 kilometers up. Oh dear. This thing is still closing in. It doesn't. Yeah, the Delta Wing from Orbiter with guns. Does the Delta Wing and Orbiter have guns? This looks like Concordroid's F1 car, which just keeps coming back, doesn't it? And this is, of course, another Gundam, because Gundams always get good points from me, because I'm a sucker for Gundams. ISS is slated for end of life in 2030. That doesn't mean that it gets destroyed in 2030. That just means, like, when the crew leaves and they turn out the lights. There might be some months before that. Oh, look at that! You see how he destroyed the asteroid and then flew through its space because he was so confident. Oh, so hot. Mr. Clamps. July the 3rd, that's right, it is July the 3rd soon. Wouldn't it be cool if Firefly actually launched on July the 4th? I'm just saying, you know? Like, who's got the biggest July 4th firework? Firefly. Well, Russia has repeatedly said it's not interested in funding. Remember, Russia has to pay a lot of money to maintain its side of the ISS. And one of the ways it used to be able to offset it was by having cosmonauts from paying partners come and visit. But a lot of the paying partners aren't going to fly with Russia anymore. That is not the best takeoff route mechanic. We're doing, yes, we are doing Armageddon. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep cause I missed you. And I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that Aerosmith, despite having Aero in their name and making me think of Aerospace, and doing the soundtrack, you know, the theme tune for the movie Armageddon, don't have an asteroid named after them. Like, what the heck? We've got Bob Dylan, we've got the Rolling Stones, Beatles, Pink Floyd, right? They all have asteroids. David Bowie, Sting, Sophie, Kate Bush, Peter Gabriel, Brian May, Freddie Mercury, Dolly Parton, Johnny Cash. They all have asteroids, but Aerosmith don't. I think Aerosmith actually are pretty deserving. I also think that, you know, like I get plenty of others. Prince really should get an asteroid because Prince was like one of the greatest. Like, he really was. Like, anyway, once we get into time lapse mode, that's when we're gonna do the art. So I hope you guys are ready. Rick Astley. I'm gonna say, by the way, that I went through the list of asteroids named after musicians and performers based upon their size, and I was really worried it was going to be something like Rick Astley was the biggest, the most important asteroid. But no, it was Led Zeppelin. Thank God. Hey, Darkfire Phoenix, did you know that one of NASA's new astronauts was actually an oil driller? Right? Denise Burnham was a rig operator, and then she became an astronaut. So, there you go. There's Mary Poppins using her chim-chim-naree, chim-chimaroo. Now, Bruce Willis, he has aphasia and he can't really do astronaut stuff anymore, which is a shame. It is sad that he had just had problems. The asteroid formerly known as a dwarf planet is totally true. I think that is not the best point of view for that. I think when the first person viewpoint is selected, maybe it should make some decision based upon what the cockpit actually looks like. Why aren't there 100 Starlinks orbiting the Moon and Mars? Because launching to the Moon and Mars takes a little longer than that. Well, we're going to pause this now, and I'm going to actually decrease damage multiplier again. Save and close. I better remember that for next week, right? Do Martians need the internet? Maybe. Okay, I'm just looking at some of this art, and it is gonna be special, like Special Forces special. Okay, we should actually let's just watch this launch, like somebody said. This one I want to see. Look at that! Oh shit! What happened? I'm loving it. That is the most physically accurate of the spacecraft in the game. Presuming the solid fuel runs out and then this thing detaches and it's still going. Look at it! I know I wanted to look at art, but look, it said I would look at art, and isn't this thing art? Now the question is it art in the aesthetic sense, or is it art as in the half of art, Simon and Garfunkel, that wasn't as talented as the other one? Right? Look at the doors, look at the air brakes! Isn't this supposed to be like the Fast and the Furious? They had a car that went into orbit. I mean, it's true though. When somebody, oh wait, asteroid hit point went negative. Okay, we're pausing that for now. Seriously though, I mean, you do know that the least talented part of Simon and Garfunkel was Garfunkel by a long way. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna start with 7 epic dragon. Wait a second, we've got to take video links. Delta 8, right? Remember these names. Remember these names because when they come up, we will be promised something special, something that may be transformative, something that may cause beer to squirt out my nose. Who knows, right? But remember these names, for though they are the ones that we salute. Yeah, I certainly have flown a Top Gear Reliant Robin rocket. It's not like I mean, it's a pretty normal thing. There is an aerial view of the TL3 liftoff. Wait, so they had a drone watching it? I'm so looking forward to that. That's right, Garfunkel thought he was going to be a movie star with a name like Garfunkel. Yeah. I think my favorite moment is in The Simpsons where Lisa has like a dream and she's like in the lineup and it's like Garfunkel, Oates, and I can't remember the other one. And she's like, oh no, I'm in the B-listers! Anyway, we have the Kiera Cavada Nightmare Chaser Spacefighter Interceptor, Asteroid Interceptor. I will take. You want me to watch that video? Let's do some art, and then we will watch that video. Because honestly, I was in the swimming pool until a few minutes ago because it is so painfully hot. I'm Scottish. Like, let's be clear, right? I'm in my swimsuit. I come straight out of the swimming pool. It is so hot here. And I've dried off since then. I know. Yes, I know those the Twitch streamers in their bathing suits, right? That's a thing, right? Anyway, I don't know what to give this. It's not terrible. It's not great either. Look at that. The 3 points. Conquer Droid with a speed lines thing. Doesn't have a video because working on more sensible things, I say. How hot is it? It was 30 something. And it was hotter in here. Well, so this I don't even know what kind of guns. Careful, I'll be streaming. I don't need to stream from an inflatable pool. The thing does actually look kind of cool, doesn't it? Okay, so... My brain's stuck here. Like the speed lines, it performed pretty well. Stylistically, I've sort of seen this before. I do like actually that you've got the 3 guns around there just for like cool different looks. I'm gonna give that a 6. I know Conco has really done amazing work in the past. This is not it. Nothing against you, Conco. You are an amazing person, but I have to sort of set reasonable expectations. KE Thunderbolt emergency mode. Why are we using this? It belongs in a museum. If it can catch spy planes, Thunderbolt as in lightning, it's really supposed to be a lightning, right? Because you see it has the 2 engines, great balls of fire for braking, ample time to shoot the rock. It's going to have to maneuver at altitude. So basically they take a lightning and they stick RCS thrusters on it and braking thrusters. Not bad. I sort of like it in concept, but it's still only a 6-pointer. Dastardly Captain Underpants. Okay. I do like that they've got the teeth. Oh my god. The teeth. The cape. God, I thought the Captain Underpants books were terrible. But I do think that this is actually. I don't know about the color. It's like the Simpsons version of the Captain Underpants. Where it's like dastardly, where it's Delta Echo Delta. This is definitely 9 points. I just mostly for the teeth, right? Delta Echo Delta has a video. We gotta watch the video. Hold on, we need sound, I think. Please save our home from killer asteroids. I can't go yet. Still got work to do. Look at them! That isn't. I love the debris like breaking off like this. This is like a real engineering challenge. The way it delivers this and then this break folds out. I love the staggered wing design because oh my god, they get a little Kerbal in there as well. Look at this. Oh wow, it's like face melting amounts of power from this. Okay. Meanwhile, during the competition, yep, old prop, yes, it's very much like the real dart. Legit though, I love this design. I love this design. I love the deployment mechanism. It shows all the hallmarks of engineering, references to popular culture, and just being cool. Right? This is a 10-pointer. This is absolutely a 10-pointer design. Good work. See, that's what I'm talking about, right? It doesn't have to have the best rendered video. It doesn't have to be stupid and funny. It just has to, like, merge all the things that we like into one place. Preparation K. Yes, for people that have problems with roids. I said that before I even read that. Of course. Susan Protects, also for nighttime relief. Wait, just gotta check. The next one is Metacelsus. Wow, we gotta go all the way through that. Well, I do like, definitely gets more points for Preparation K. Seems like the Kerbal keeps getting lost, though. But that's actually a 7-pointer just for the Preparation K joke. Eclipse. Oh, hey! Is that... Now I want to know, is the original of that picture before it was photoshopped? Because that's surely not the... Is there YF... Is there an X29? Skunkwork. Yeah, I know there's an original, but is there an original of that specific photo where it's just been comped in? Here we go. Okay. Wow, I never realized just how small this was. Here's another thing. You think about this, it had to be taken from a crane. It wasn't like today where they had a drone or something that could take those photos. I don't think I've ever actually looked at the early designs of the X29. Like, I think the idea is basically, by having wing sweep, what you do is you reduce the drag on the wings, right? Because the angle at which the air is hitting the front is reduced. Now, that will then produce a flow across the wing in the direction of the sweep. And normally that sweeps off the wingtips, but by having it start at the wingtips and sweep in, it actually produces like a sort of more controlled region. So it makes it more better. And this is where I'm sort of like, oh yeah, that sort of works, but I need to understand it. Anyway, look, I like the fact that you've gone and taken that thing and just subbed that in and tried to make it look cool. So I'm going to give you 8 points for that. Freak Out! Lawn Dart Rapid Response Interceptor. Yes, It's a bird. It's a plane. It's going fast. It's freak out. 6 points. Saint. Oh, God, it makes me feel like I'm on some sort of drug thing. Are you sure that's saying no? It is. There is something cool. Have the unpainted composites and stuff. Was the X29 composite actually? Now I wonder about that. Was it composite or was it metal? Because like that was around the time when they were experimenting with composites, right? I know so little about the X29, but I did play a game many years ago called Advanced Tactical Fighter or something like that, and they had the F29 and the F22 were the two planes you could fly, and it was a pretty good, it was a pretty fun simulator. Anyway, this is what the heck. This is 3 points. Good to know. Heterodony. Too much thrust. Jeb, are you sure we won't overshoot our target? Yes. Yeah, this is like a 3 pointer. I don't even. It's not even a great. Now this though does seem to be doing pretty well and looking pretty good. I like the flying over Lathe look. Ah, oh, Lathe. Yes. That's gonna get 6.5 points. Just add duct tape. Jebs. Best jabs. 17 days to impact. Doomsdayant. I like it actually. New Kerbin Defender from Just Add Duct Tape Industries has joined the fleet of the RWP World Prize in the last desperate effort to save Kerbin. The Doomsdayant 6 by Just Add Duct Tape Industries. Craft is full of last gen tech, from an array of nuclear powered railguns to an AI based cockpit trained to ... And we get a reference to the K162 Foundation. Oh shoot. Sorry. Ah dear. Kerbal kind is approaching the end of the world on the edge of collapse. Chaos is spreading through Kerbin as the impact of extinction class asteroid approaches every day. We didn't even think an asteroid could look like this one. Okay, that's 8 points worth of awesome art. Wait, I haven't seen this fly. Is there really a potato masher? I think there may even be a video. No, darn, there's no video for this. I've seen this flying around. How does this even work? It's a potato-roid, right? Like, I think internally the asteroid object in Kerbal Space Program is something like potato-roid. No, the masher was non-supersonic. Yeah, it looked extraordinarily slow. But actually, it probably, helped it slow down. Timmy did badly without the masher. We're gonna need another Timmy. Now, wait a second. Is Tator, isn't it supposed to be spelled Tater? I'm gonna say, is it... I thought it was Tater. Tater. But who spells it Tator? I need to vote on this. Who spells it Tator and who spells it Tater? Potatoes. No? Like Spock. That's the right spell. Wait, really? Who said... I really want to know. Tatar. Spuds. That's right. Tubers. We have so many options here. I'm not going to knock any points off for that spelling mistake, obviously. Potatoes. No, Teton. Isn't Teton like, Dutch for titties? That's what the Grand Tetons are supposed to be. They're like these peaks, and they're like, well, those are breasts, because explorers have been exploring Americas on their own without any company, or really, like, they have, been withholding themselves, right? Anyway, Man with Tater Masher. Alright.
When greatness calls, you answer. Don't give up. Level up. Design your dreams. Polo 67. The iconic fragrances. Ralph Lauren.
We've had so much discussion out of it. I should probably give it 8 points. Metacelsus! Mary Poppins. Well, I like how it has the umbrella on it, so we have to watch this.
With snacks for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet off the ground, you're a bird in flight with your gun pointing tight at the roid in your sight. Oh, let's go shoot a roid. Plasma guns deployed. Let's go shoot a roid and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go shoot a roid. When you send it flying up there, all at once you're lighter than air. You can dance on the breeze over houses and trees with the roid in your sight, and your plasma is bright. Oh, let's go shoot a roid. Plasma guns deployed. Let's go shoot a roid. It's soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go shoot a roid.
Yes! Hula hoop. Hula hoop. Always doing, let's not skip on to something else. Bravo! Bravo! But, hey, Mary, who ever thought you could get away with a Mary Poppins reference in Kerbal Space Program? Right? Think about that. That was nice. That was very G-rated for Kerbal Space Program. And we all know that Kerbal Space Program is one of these things that you want your children to be playing with. So therefore, we do have to give that 10 points, right? This is Oilwell 314. Oilwell, I presume that's the same one, right? Yeah, potatoish. Oilwell 314 also has a video. I hope this music isn't copyrighted. I like how this deploys like a braking heat shield. We get to our optimum engagement range. Peel off. You're already hitting it hard. Get in range for those guns! Don't crash into it! No! okay, Oil is clearly not the same level as those that came before, but it's nice to see someone using lasers and having things like that. So that I'm gonna give that 7.5. But I appreciate the work you did. Potato-ish. Ooh. Actually, I was about to say this looked like a Christmas tree, but I realized this is actually shooting lasers out after it. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Man, I saw Buddy Guy a couple of weeks ago. Last year, sorry. Never mind. I'm disappointed that he, won't see him again. Due to cost overrun, we have stopped defending Earth. The writer of the last footnote has been sacked for being stopped for being dyslexic. Okay. Is there a video for this? No, there isn't. It looks very stylish, but also mediocre. This is like 5 points? I don't even know about this design. It kind of has some cool effects on it, but I'm not sure about the design of the spacecraft. Oh, here we go. Reference to Armageddon. We're sitting on 4 million pounds of fuel, 4 laser weapons, 38 unguided rockets, an anti-tank gun, and a thing that has 2,700 moving parts built by the lowest bidder. Makes you feel good, doesn't it? Guess what, guys? It's time to embrace the horror. Look, we get front row tickets to the end of Kerbin. Moonraker 1. And we also have the surfing astronaut. I forget his name. Damn it. There's a bunch of references here. Remember what I was saying about Aerosmith not having an asteroid? What's up with that? I love Aerosmith, by the way. I think the Permanent Vacation, fantastic album. I'm not sure about the design, but it's nice to have the speech bubbles. I'm going to give that 5 points. Sir John! This isn't just any old car. This is an American legend. Pontiac GTO Judge powered with it. This is Sir John. V8 engine and rocket booster strap. Now, folks, this isn't a car. This is an airborne guardian. And let me tell you, I need a defender. I'd send in the Judge. Yes! Yes! Sir John has a video as well. I like the mustaches.
Please, don't try anything that you're about to see at home. We have experts to keep us safe.
We shouldn't have to say it, but just don't do it.
Sounds great.
Take it away, you guys.
And it's the final countdown.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Brake is off. 10, 11, 12, 13. You're right on center. You're looking great. 21, 22. You're slightly steering to the right of the black line. 31, 32. You're doing great. 37, 39, 40. You're doing fantastically.
All right, you guys are looking good. Center up. He's gonna hit right now.
There goes the rockets.
That's an accurate representation of what happened in Mythbusters when they did this.
Wow. I have no idea what happened. All I see is smoke.
Well, luckily, viewers, you've got the best seat in the house.
Wow, that was intense.
Because it's clear that the rocket car finally flew.
You see that? It hit the ramp. It did a spin in the air. That was insane.
That's intense.
The rocket car took so many attempts.
The Mythbusters go in for a closer look.
Looks like the whole car's been pushed up inside its chassis.
Wow.
I don't even know what my phone
This
is.
car seems
Oh,
to
my
have
phone's
met
in my
an angry
pocket,
giant.
otherwise I would
Now
share.
that's what I call
Show you the
an
photos I
ending.
took with Adam.
Isn't that something?
You know, I'm becoming kind of fond of the steaming hulks that we are getting used to
This is
seeing
out in the
after these
playa
things.
where they shoot
The
Burning
Steaming
Man.
Hulk. That's our
Where, no,
Mythbusters
where they shoot,
superhero.
where
The
they do
Steaming
Burning
Hulk.
Man.
So I guess no jet-powered car on the way home, huh?
Nope, I think this is a total loss.
It's a total loss for the car, but an epic win for the Mythbusters.
Man, I'm sorry. This just design on its own just made me feel that I wanted to give it 10 points. Okay, Smorgasbord. Smorgasbord. It doesn't have a video. Okay, we have something like an Ares 3D. Basically, it's like a boosted version of the Ares. Does it have like some... It has weapons. It has RCS on there. The Ares has grown. 4 points. Space Ghost. Wow, that's a big shuttlecock. Tori Bruno has a massive shuttlecock. That's right. You've heard it here first. Right? So that was the original design, by the way, for not Virgin Galactic, but for Spaceship One. And they wanted to have this thing deploy out like braking vanes, and then for it to get captured under a helicopter. And then they were like, why don't we just fly it? And so they did that instead. But that was like the original idea for how Burt Rutan was going to push the limits and get to space in a little, space rocket thing. Still, just Splagada. Gotta remember Splagada, Bridget, right? Yes, Bridget Splagada. Oh, yes. What's the time? 11:15. Well, it does look like a Delta IV Heavy. Shrunk a little. Orange, but still, nevertheless. I think that's a 7.5. Spartan Carlos. As someone that is also trying to exploit my sort of appreciation of Gundam designs. Like, very angular. It's a meteor. Wait a second. A meteor is shooting an asteroid? That doesn't make any sense. Experimental unit designed to test the performance of anthropomorphic vehicles and suborbital defense weapons to intercept and destroy satellites and spaceships in low orbit. Retractable CKV compact kill vehicle launchers. Nice. Oh, man. Did any of you guys remember a game called Assault Suit Vulcan or Cybernator? That was the American version was Cybernator. That was a great game. It was basically a game where you were controlling a Gundam suit, and oh man, I want to play that again. I should totally play it again. I've got it somewhere. High altitude. No, it was Super Nintendo. It was a Konami game for Super Nintendo. It had some dubious transmission. The QR code is safe. I'm not going to scan it. Sorry. I can't. I'm not scanning any QR code on the stream. Because, you could suddenly see me scanning it and then swap it out for something dangerous, right? Think about that. Anyway, yeah, there is a whole sequence with like falling to Earth in an assault suit and then trying to dock with a spaceship. I was like, damn, that is some like badass awesomeness. So anyway, I'm not even sure what to give this. I think this is a 7-pointer. It's nice, but yeah. The Chernoduck, there was nothing sane about Chernobyl. Is this going to be Bridget talking about Chernobyl?
See, a just world is a sane world. There was nothing sane about Chernobyl.
You are dealing with something that has never occurred on this planet before.
But in the forgotten lands of Chernobyl, life found a way. Abandoned duck eggs began to hatch, glowing with an otherworldly light, and they became known as the Chernoducks. These Chernoducks grew into giant, formidable creatures with unexpected abilities. Armed with advanced weaponry, they became protectors rather than victims. Now they face their greatest challenge, the Munley Asteroid, threatening the planet Kerbin. In an unprecedented alliance, all participants of the Runway project joined forces. Together, they unleashed their combined might, striving to destroy the asteroid before it reached Kerbin. Celebration erupted as the United Forces returned victorious,
I like how this
having saved Kerbin from certain
hacking
doom.
at it.
From forgotten victims to legendary heroes, the Chernoducks remind us all that even the smallest creatures can make the biggest impact.
And wish you a great deal of luck in using Microsoft Word.
Oh, there's Brenda. The end.
Quack.
Some of them will not stop firing for 50,000.
I think that's going to be a 10-pointer, really. Just for the non sequiturs and things like that. Oh man, can I keep going? I think I am so hot and so uncomfortable and so not sober. Star Hunter. Me wonder what my brother doing up there. Oh my god, it's the Cookie Monster. Is that the Cookie Monster? Like, asteroids are not cookies. I just love it how it's eating a Kerbal. That's really what it's saying. It's like, oh, I'm gonna eat that Kerbal. It's running away from. It's like a carrot out in front of it. Wow. That is the Cookie Monster, right? Because I really don't know. I have one bottle of Pliny in the fridge, and I'm not gonna drink it right now, because that would be really bad. Here's the thing: the problem is, if I drink too much tonight, then I may sleep in tomorrow, and that means I won't get the bus on time to the air-conditioned office. And that way I will have to be here in the not air-conditioned area. I guess I could work from the pool. Maybe I should think about that. Danville! Hello from Danville! Hey, Danville! I know where that is, ish. Wow. Anyway. It got a giggle for the Cookie Monster. That's 6 points. Suicidal Insanity, Thunderbird 2, but somebody get a Thunderbird reference. That's 9 points just for this reference. Look at that. Look at that. That is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Ah. Suicidal Insanity. I hope he has a video. Yes, we have a video of the Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds are go!
Wait, is that? Oh, it's coming closer! Tracy Island, deploy the Thunderbirds. I love the big wheels of this. That's right, the palm trees folding down. Oh my god, it's got the ramp as well! Wait, did I say this was 9 points? This is obviously 10 points by now. This is fantastic. This is totally a 10.
Approaching Space Center, preparing gravity
Wait,
torpedoes.
they don't have strings. Oh man, it's ruined. No, it would get 20 points if it had strings.
Deflection success, returning home. Thunderbird 2.
It needed to have like super marionation Kerbals. That's what it needed. Sorry. What the heck? All these videos that get referenced to me, I don't watch any of them. It's so rare that I watch a video that YouTube recommends to me. They're extraordinarily bad at sending me videos. Anyway, where are we? Like, yeah, that's obviously a 10-pointer. Look at that. Isn't that not amazing? We have the P2 destroyer. Sorry, that art makes me want to give it like 2 points. I don't know why. 2.5. Zunarl. I like how this one has a diagram of what it's supposed to do. That is a good like 5.5 points there. Someone making references. Somebody watch the SI. Let's just watch the SI video again. You mean this one? Wait, that's oil well.
Thunderbirds are go.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why there's a Majora's Mask in there at all. And how you did Majora's Mask in Kerbal Space Program. I'm gonna say Majora's Mask is actually
Approaching
one
Space
of the
Center,
few
preparing
Zelda
gravity
games I haven't
torpedoes.
played.
Deflection success, returning home. Thunderbird 2.
It looks like a Majora's Mask thing, sure. Oh man, but we're done here. We should like go back to like some game thing. Look at this, it's flying. We should probably turn the sound down and try to figure out some other stuff. Oh my goodness. It's true though. I'm gonna say, like, I'm a Zelda. I'm a person that buys games consoles so I can play Zelda. Except, I haven't actually got around to buying a Switch. I don't know why. But I spent a lot of time playing Zelda. I think actually basically what happened was Kerbal Space Program stole my life. That's it. I'm sorry. Yeah, there I am. Like, see, what you need to do is have headphones. Then it would make it more obvious. And do it again. The headphone style, 1 ear. Like, somebody said that there was a video that had been leaked. I'm going to see if I can find this. Because that would be kind of interesting to watch. This is the plot of Majora's Mask. Okay. I like how some of my stuff gets translated into Chinese, you know. Sorry, I can't see this because I'm looking at Twitter. maybe try to fold this away. How do I shrink this away? There we go. Someone's saying, hey, would you do a video on flying through a hurricane? Yes, I would love to do a video on how flying through a hurricane works, but I don't know how to fly through a hurricane, but I would love to try and learn how to fly through a hurricane. So actually, if you're done with the whole shooting at spaceships thing, one of the things I just did, well, that's loud. One of the things I did yesterday was I took my first actual instrument flying lesson. Now, previously I flew in simulators, like in the big professional simulator they have, but yesterday I actually flew a plane and I started flying patterns. So, yeah, I know I should definitely buy a Switch at some point, but I just don't have the time. But I should definitely catch up. I don't know where this video is that somebody's referencing. I should maybe check Andrew Jones or something. He would probably be the one that has it. Oh, here's it is. A new clip of the static fire. Static in quotes, right? Look at this. Hold on. Let's pause this. Let's pause. Hold on. We gotta pause this. And we'll do full screen. Dang. There we go. We have a rocket launch. Look at that. The static fire test. So I guess there was cables attached here and then just snapped. Look at this out the side. That is a problem. So there's no guidance. It's spinning. Like, you see that? Like, they must have damaged the nozzle right here. Bang. Right? So that nozzle is basically blowing stuff sideways. And then the whole thing spins. We just couldn't catch that spin. This is the rocket in China. Yeah. So they had a drone up there. Yeah, spin stabilized. That might explain actually why it flew relatively straight. Actually, that's a good point. So let me show you this, right? If you look carefully, see this bit here. Watch the way the jet works. I think it's picking up like a torque that's spinning it. There it is. It's going out the side. And I think that might actually be driving the spin. And that spin might be what kept it stable through the flight. Right, so now let's take a look, because I do have some downloads of this video. Gotta find video assets. I think it's Tianglong 3. Yes, there we go. We have this one and we have this one. Okay, let's see if there's any evidence of a spin in this. Like, I'm going to rewind it in a second. Oh, crap. I'm too amateurish at this thing. Right, let's see if there's any evidence of a spin. So I think what this would manifest itself as is it gets brighter on one side and then on the other, right? Yeah, it's really not obvious that there's any spin at all. But that's like the engine finally giving up the ghost. It's clearly not enough either. One thing that was sort of suggested to me by... What the heck was that? I just heard something outside that sounded really weird. Yeah, spinning is surprisingly useful at stabilizing a rocket. You know that, right? Yeah, it's really hard to see if there's... I mean, the video we got was super low quality. So hold on. So this is... So it basically started moving right away. What I don't see... Like, here's the thing. I don't see any evidence of tie-down cables or anything. It shows stuff on top. But I don't see any shadows that would imply that it's actually tied down. So it says there were cables, but I think the cables must have all been attached to the bottom. There's like a pressure, like, relief thing going on at the top. Hey, even if unimportant people were hurt or injured, I would be annoyed. I would feel bad about making jokes about it. So... yeah, I think I'm wondering if it was the asymmetric thrust from that engine that started the spin. But here's the thing, like, let's be clear, if that was really providing a lot of force, right? I don't think that could have been providing all the force, because that would actually cause it to turn towards the camera here. So I don't think that's providing that much force. Because it's more shooting sideways. But it's clear to me, it seems clear to me that whatever happened, when it broke, like, that's what got damaged. Like, it snapped out of there and started to move almost instantly. And as soon as that happened, we get this patch that shoots out before the rest of the stuff, right? So that is definitely burning incorrectly. That isn't some, like... That is ahead of the other engines. And there's two of them right next to each other. And blowing out sideways. You know, it looks like the little bit of a wobble there. Here's the thing. What we should do is take out the motion of the background and just try to look at this to see if there's any wobbling. I'm surprised they got video out of this thing afterwards. It's not supposed to have been released. That's the thing. No, it wasn't. It was spinning before the aerodynamics kicked in. Generally, if aerodynamics are going to do it, it has to reach sort of a critical... It has to reach some basic forward velocity before the air starts to spin it up. It's not the first, you know, drone-based video angle, so... Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, let me find the most boring footage... because I've done it. Oh God, I don't know where this. Let's just look at some of this stuff. 382829. What date is it? It was 3/1, right? It's an amazing video. Yeah, this is me doing like oh no, this isn't me doing instrument flying. This is something else. Because that was from 2623. Oh, and that is me taking off. Did you know, by the way, that the what do you call it? The SR20, if you don't have the placard, which for the cap system, then it's not legal for flight. There we go. Look. So yeah, this is me flying, and what you're probably not going to really appreciate here is that these goggles, right, only the bottom have clear glass. The top is fogged. So it looks like, so you're like, hey, you can't see outside the cockpit. So I'm flying these routes and stuff down here. You see he's got the route actually told, and the way this is called out is like, okay, in 15 seconds, you're going to make a left turn at a standard rate for 15 seconds, and that'll be a 45 degree. And then if you do and then you'll make a right turn for 60 seconds, which is 180. So it's a bunch of things that you're using. And then, of course, I'm trying to maintain proper altitude and stuff. You can just about make it out here. This is the timer. I use this timer for the tracking, but I'm also using the compass here, the heading indicator. And I noted this down right at the start and then never used it. So here we go, making a very gentle turn. Now, sometimes I'm also having to make power adjustments and everything as well. So it's more than just dead reckoning. I'm using GPS on this. And my instructor's like not big on getting on the internet, so I just decided to, you know, I'm mostly going to focus on myself. Anyway, I gotta edit that thing out to share. Yeah, maybe China didn't check their staging. As I said, this wasn't a failure of rocket science. It was a failure of bolt or clamp science, right? Basic engineering. It may not be sexy holding the rocket down, but it's something that's kind of important if you're going to do static fires, right? So don't begrudge the small things. You're all part of the same team. You got to make it all happen. You got to make your test systems happen. Anyway, I am actually going to get ready to disappear. So look at me, I'm flying at 3,500 here. Anyway, yep. I couldn't see. What's interesting is I couldn't see the other planes. We had a couple of cases where the planes were getting rather... Oh, this was me having finished the first procedure. And then we get ready to do the next one. There we go. This is my 50. So that's it. Like, we start here. So it's like, okay, we have exact turn timing. So we do like a 15-second turn to the left. Right? And I'm holding 3,800 feet. Right? And I've got... The voice comms are on here, but I can't... I've got a separate recording of that. So there. 15 seconds, right? Count 15 seconds. And that should take me 45 degrees. There's Mount St. Helena out there. It should take me to a heading of 315, sorry. So heading of 315. Okay, now I will fly this route for 1 minute, and then I will do a course reversal, 180 degree turn, or rather a right turn for 1 minute. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna probably throw this together into the Patreon just to explain what I'm doing. I did pretty good. Like, I can actually bring up my course on ADSB Exchange if you're interested. Because it's no secret as to what plane I fly, what planes I fly. I mean, this is the one that I fly. It's not the one that I own, which is a whole separate one. So yeah, if you can go backwards, flight activity, history, previous. There we go. No, that's not it. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, you can see like the routes that I fly here, right? And if I play it, let's just do it 20 times normal speed. So you see this turn should take 1 minute. SG... It's just a sheer coincidence. That's what it stands for. And then a 15-second turn to the right. And so if you scroll down here, by the way, you can see nav modes, and it shows there's nothing there, which means I'm not flying it with an autopilot, right? And if I switch over to later, right, I'm doing like a... So basically here, I'm simulating a landing, right? So I start here, and my altitude starts to decrease, and my speed is also decreasing because I'm performing like a simulated takedown landing, right? And then once I get to a certain point in the descent at 3,300, I begin a climb back up because we're simulating going missed, right? So there, the number starts to increase. Yay, I'm going missed. Now, the one to watch though, there, nav modes, autopilot. See, this just came on. So I turned on my autopilot with altitude hold mode. And then we go through the flight computer, and I try to set up a landing following the instrument approach. And the instrument approach, it starts, there's a waypoint here and there's a waypoint here. That's my final approach fix. And that takes me down to the runway. Just gotta follow this thing. And in theory, I should miss this big mountain that is right here. That's the theory. Anyhow, I'm glad we got to see that because, ooh, I can do this as well. Ugh. I have to be saying farewell because I am super tired. I get things to do in the morning. I have places to go. If I don't get there, then I don't get air conditioning. And you wouldn't want me to be mad because I wasn't air conditioned. Because I'm feeling really nasty right now. Seriously. I am Scott Manley.